Hey, what's going on everybody? My name of course is Panther. Welcome back to the channel once again. Today I've got an interesting commentary and I would like to know your thoughts about it. And it's basically how Treyarch can improve in the Black Ops 5 zombie perk system. Now we all know that Black Ops 4 was hit or miss. Some people really enjoyed that perk system and some, like myself, really did not and wish that we had the original perk system back. Now, I believe that both perk systems had their flaws in some ways, so I'm here to go over how we can make a balance or how we can improve upon these old systems to create the best perk system that we have seen when it comes to Black Ops 5 or Call of Duty 2020 in the zombies game mode. Now right off the bat, I don't just want to bash on Black Ops 4, I've done that enough in the history of my videos, so I'm just going to look at the positive sides. So what I did like about Black Ops 4 is there were some perks that I did really enjoy that I do want to see make a comeback. PhD Slider was one of them. Dying Wish was pretty cool. I don't know if I want to see it come back, but it was a cool perk. Ethereal Razor was also pretty cool. It was kind of like Slappy Taffy from Infinite Warfare, but a little bit better. So that was kind of a cool perk. There were a few others that I do think should make a comeback, so we're going to talk about how to incorporate those. But personally, I would like to see the old perk system come back from Black Ops 3, just the classic perk system where you just buy a perk, it's all of the perks on the map, something similar to that. So let's dive into how we can improve upon that system. Now, we have come a very long way from Call of Duty World at War Zombies, where we just had the original 4 perks: Quick Revive, Juggernog, Double Tap, and Speed Cola. Now, in Black Ops 3, we had 9 perks. In Black Ops 4, man, I don't even remember how many perks we have, but there have been a lot of perks that have been introduced over the years, and I think a lot of them should stay, and some of them should leave. Who's who? Tombstone? I'm kind of looking at you guys. But what I think we can do to improve upon the original perk system is kind of take the idea that Infinite Warfare had and just improve upon that. Infinite Warfare had a great system to where you could have 5 perks at once instead of just 4, and you could buy them back if you didn't want that perk anymore. I think that's great. With the amount of perks that we now have and the amount of different selections that we have, I think 4 perks is a terrible limit. I think we should definitely go up to 5 perks. Maybe even 6, just depending on how we want to balance the system, but I think for now we should just stick with the 5 perk system and just go forward with that. Another thing that I think we need to see Juggernog come back. Now, I'm not saying this because, I'm blinded by nostalgia, but Juggernog really is essential when it comes to Call of Duty Zombies. You spawn in and you have very low health. The zombies also have low health, but as time progresses, the zombies become beefier, so you need to also become beefier, and that's where Juggernog comes in. Juggernog isn't just some perk that was added that everyone needs to get because it's essential. Juggernog is zombies. It is the progression that zombies needs. You can't just spawn in and instantly be a god. You have to be a weak little turtle, I'm gonna say, and grow into basically Jesus Christ himself. That's where I want to see Juggernog come back. Not because I'm blinded by nostalgia, but because Juggernog really is a staple and it is essential to the identity of zombies itself. Now, there are some perks that I do believe we can get rid of. I think Treyarch had a good idea when it comes to solo play in Black Ops 4, and that is to get rid of the Quick Revive, Solo Revive feature, and just give solo players 3 or 2 revives, or however many revives they want to use for balancing purposes. Just give that to solo players and take Quick Revive out of the map. If you're playing solo, Quick Revive just will not spawn in the map, and I think that's fine. If we just have the 2 or 3 free revives in solo, and Quick Revive just makes an appearance in multiplayer to revive the other player faster. That clears up a perk slot in solo, and it really doesn't make sense to use it in multiplayer unless the person you're playing with is an absolute buffoon at zombies. You don't necessarily need Quick Revive all the time. So yes, at this point we do have Juggernog still as a staple, but keep in mind we do have the 5 perk system, so one of them can be used for Juggernog, which again I think is important because it plays towards the progression of zombies, but now we don't have Quick Revive as a necessity in solo, so we still have 4 open slots, and at this point it just depends on what style that you want to go with. Again, you can also buy these perks back, so let's take Speed Cola for example. Speed Cola really is only important if you have weapons such as wonder weapons that you can't can't put fast mags on. With the new introduction of the weapon kits with Black Ops 3, you could put fast mags on pretty much any single weapon, and it would kind of throw away the need for speed cola, which I think was fine. That added an extra slot, and the only thing that was really useful was on wonder weapons, but most wonder weapons are one-shots anyway, so you have enough time to get that reload in there. For example, the Apothicon Servant, it only has one bullet, or I guess one plasma blast or black hole blast, whatever you want to consider it to be, and as it's going, you're already reloading, and you're pretty much safe whenever you take that shot, so speed cola kind of becomes unimportant unless you really are a speed demon. So at that point, you can kind of take your pick. Do you want speed cola, or do you still want some protection, and so you go with electric cherry instead, which does more damage to the zombies, making that counterplay. You know, you don't reload as fast, but you stun zombies around you while you are reloading, so you do still have a safe reload. Or you could just even combine speed cola and electric cherry, and I think that would be also another interesting introduction. Another perk we can take, for example, is Double Tap. With Black Ops 3 and the Double Pack-a-Punch system, I know some people hated it, but I thought it was pretty interesting. It turned each weapon kind of into its own mini wonder weapon. It was overpowered in some aspects. Dead Wire and Blast Furnace were incredibly overpowered, but it did kind of negate the need for Double Tap. You wouldn't have to worry about doing more damage to the zombies, as you had a Pack-a-Punch ability that could basically wipe out zombies. So Double Tap could also go away. Or you could just get Double Tap in the early rounds so you could get those headshots on the zombies, get the points, but once you get your Pack-a-Punch abilities, then you could kind of just buy back Double Tap and get something else like Widow's Wine. So now, for example, let's say we are using the Black Ops 3 perks and we have this 5 perk capability that we have now introduced. So the remaining perks that we have left really are Speed Cola, Double Tap, Electric Cherry, Deadshot, Mule Kick, Stamina Up, and Widow's Wine. Juggernog takes up the first slot, which, fine, but we now have 4 other slots that we can kind of mess around with. Again, the Speed Cola and Double Tap argument can be made that those perks might not be necessary depending on what the abilities are on the map. If you have fast mags, if you have extra Pack-a-Punch abilities. So then now we're left with Electric Cherry, Deadshot, Mule Kick, Stamina Up, and Widow's Wine. So that is 5 perks, and you can only pick 4. Now this kind of plays into what you want to do. Do you want an extra weapon, or do you want to do some headshot damage and have a tighter hipfire spread? Or do you just maybe want to camp, so you want to pick Deadshot and Mule Kick and do away with Widow's Wine? This gives you more of an opportunity to choose. We can also bring back some Black Ops 4 perks, such as PhD Slider or Stone Cold Stronghold. Again, because we have more of a capability of picking more perks, we can choose and cater towards our specific playstyle. Another thing that we could even do as well is combine Black Ops 4 perks with Black Ops 3 perks. Obviously, Widow's Wine and Winter's Wail were kind of similar, so we don't really need to combine those, but we could do other things as well. Stamina Up could kind of just combine into PhD Slider. You know, it could be a very overpowered perk, possibly, but you could also limit it and have a cooldown ability like in Black Ops 4. There are so many different possibilities of how to combine perks, because some of them are kind of just extra steps up from the previous perks. I think combining some Black Ops 4 and Black Ops 3 perks as a small upgrade would actually be a very cool addition, especially to this new 5 perk buyback system. Again, this just gives you so much more customization instead of the Black Ops 4 system where you are stuck with the 4 perks that you set in each game. So I think adding more perks to the map and just giving a player an extra slot and the ability to buy back a perk gives us so much more creative freedom, and depending on the other mechanics in the game, some perks also could be done away with, like Speed Cola and Double Tap, for example. So that is my idea on how to fix the perk system in Black Ops 5 or Call of Duty 2020 Zombies. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching, my name is Panther, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.